You wake up, put on your Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You're living all in. You realize you need coffee. So you say,
"Hey, Meta, how do I make a latte?"
Brew 2 shots of espresso.
after Meta AI gets you caffeinated, you're ready for some beats.
"Hey, Meta, play hip-hop music."
You head to meet some friends, but can't remember the place.
"Hey, Meta, call Eva."
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the next generation of AI glasses. Just say, hey, Meta, to harness the power of Meta AI. Shop now at meta.com/smartglasses.
Head over to NFLshop.com for the largest collection of officially licensed gear from all your favorite brands. NFL Shop is your ultimate gifting destination for jerseys, t-shirts, headwear, and more. Take your game day style to the next level with the best selection of NFL gear anywhere. Show off your team pride this holiday season with styles fit for the whole family. To shop now, go to NFLshop.com.
Make someone's season unforgettable with the Vizio 40-inch FHD Smart TV. Now just $148 at Walmart. Movie night just got better with stunning full HD clarity. Plus, enjoy Watch Free Plus right out of the box with over 300 channels of live and on-demand entertainment, all for free. And when you're in the mood for music, just fire up the iHeartRadio app. Whether it's a gift for someone special or a treat for yourself, this TV makes upgrading a breeze. Don't wait. Head to Walmart and grab the Vizio 40-inch FHD Smart TV for just $148 today.
The Power Hour is live. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it. Just stay home. It's a very foggy day out.
Yeah.
No fog on the stream. It's all thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. KFAN.com/watch.
No fog on the stream. That's pretty good, man. I mean,
there might be some fog later. We should get a fog machine in here. Ooh. Some lasers.
The Party Zone.
The Party Zone.
You do love the Party Zone, don't you?
Is that still a thing?
I don't.
It's a great question.
I don't. Is that radio station still there? I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
Well, we know Party City's dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Party City.
Oh.
Bing.
Last week, Meat Sauce guessed that you were going to be devastated about the end of Party City. No?
Who are we talking about?
You.
Oh, me? I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I am not happy about it. I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not going to have a party.
Well, you can't.
Yeah, right. It's a good point. I mean, I think it's... is there somebody there that he thinks I want to get it on with or something, or is somebody going to poop on my dad?
No,
do you know why?
I think it's. You like to shop.
Okay, I do like to. Oh yeah, city. I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. I'm down about it. I don't know. By the way, we do not have a baby yet. As far as we know, we haven't heard anything this morning. No meat sauce baby yet. He doesn't want to come out. Fine, I quit. I'm staying in here then. I don't want to do this.
Sauce's plan was, for a while here, was to have the baby last Friday, right? They were going to induce. Mm-hmm. If it worked, baby on Friday. He was going to miss all of this week.
Yeah.
And be back the following Monday, which is the 6th or so.
Yeah.
My birthday.
But, which is why he was coming back.
One of your favorite days.
Your birthday, yeah.
J6. But now we're already on Monday, December 30th, and this thing ain't out yet.
Yeah, as far as we know, I mean, maybe the baby's complaining about something right now. It was free. I don't know, man.
This is too lazy to come out, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going in.
I'm just hoping one more week, baby. One more week, Sauce baby.
Would that be? Oh, Sauce baby. Yeah. So I don't know. I said it yesterday with Muss on the pregame. We're going to send PA down there and go, he's loose, as soon as the baby comes out.
I know that Sauce wants so badly to get the 2024 tax break, and he doesn't want to spend the whole week in the hospital. I just want it to last to at least Jan 1.
Just 1 week.
Yep.
Jan 6.
Jan 6 would be hilarious.
Here's the thing. Great. I was due on his inducing day on the 27th, and I didn't come till Jan 6. So...
So that's happening, and we do have...
Oh, man, I just had the worst joke.
Oh, Jesus. And we do have, by the way, a start time for your Vikings game. Next Sunday night in Detroit, Vikings versus Detroit. It all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. What, 7:20? Is that the...
yeah, give or take. Sunday Night Football.
Okay, stupid question. I should know this. Yes. Hawk, I'm going to just direct this question to you because you should know. Is Detroit Eastern or Central Time?
Detroit is Eastern time.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yes.
Why?
It just makes for a longer day.
It does.
I mean, our start time's not till 8:20. It's a lot of just hanging around, sitting around.
Do you switch time? You switch time?
I have to. Don't you?
Mm-mm.
What do you mean you don't switch time?
I just stay on Central Time wherever I go.
I see what you're saying.
What do you mean, like your sleep schedule and all that stuff?
He doesn't acknowledge.
Well, and even then, I stay on. I mean, I do the math in my head, but because the listening audience is in Central Time, so if if the game's at 11,
right?
It's in Bloomington, Indiana, and it's at noon. I still say 11.
I thought you were going McConaughey on and just being like, time's a circle.
It is.
Like I thought you were just ignoring the actually, concept of time.
The team. So the Gopher. Here's a little insight. The Gopher football team. Their entire schedule stays on Central Time. So everyone gets their little. I don't know if the NFL travels that way. They get their little placard, little thing with here's a special teams meeting.
The schedule. Yeah.
That's like even when you played at the Rose Bowl. I mean, not the Rose Bowl, but in the Rose Bowl Stadium against UCLA, it's 2 hours difference.
Yeah.
So the game kicked off out there at like 8. On the schedule, it says 6. And they just stay on that time. And they keep that.
I feel like that's confusing.
It seems like it's confusing.
Yeah. Unless I'm actually doing it and practicing it, I have to like be in it in real time to understand what you're saying, because that sounds confusing to me. Because I'm like, well, if my meeting schedule says a special teams meeting at 5:00 on my lanyard, but then I look at my watch or my phone specifically, because the phone automatically adjusts, then I'm like, wait, now I got to do the calculation. Like, what time am I on?
True.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
And you're asking a whole bunch of kids to understand that.
I do think their sleep schedule, they try to keep it. Like if you wake up at 7 o'clock, I'm just making up 7 a.m. local, then you should wake up at that same time wherever you go.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I
want to test this theory. We got to get the Gophers to the Hawaii Bowl.
Ooh, man. Be waking up at...
Yeah.
Well, if they played a Hawaii, or if they had a London game, like the Vikings have a London game, I understand keeping the players, there's a whole scientific system to keep them up for a long time, and then so they don't nap, and then just go to bed at your kind of like normal-ish time. It doesn't have to be like lights out at 11 o'clock and everybody has to close their eyes. It's like just let your body sort of wind down at 9, 10 o'clock, and you can go to bed. I wouldn't know how that would work if nope, we're still in Central Time. That doesn't work for me.
Yeah, and usually with the Gophers in terms of the Big Ten, until they added these 4 West Coast teams, almost every game was either going to be
an hour difference.
Yeah. Right. So if it's an 11 a.m. kick, it's noon at Rutgers. Yeah. So it isn't a big deal either way.
So it sounds like, according to Wikipedia, time in Michigan, a very heated topic.
Yeah. Indiana, too.
Because I'm looking at the map. If you go Wikipedia time in Michigan, there are a handful of counties on the Upper Peninsula that are like, nah, we're staying in this one. And the rest of it goes to Eastern time. So the far west side of Michigan, there are counties that do both. So you could be in the central time zone, but further east than somebody that's observing Eastern time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
So you go up on that Upper Peninsula stuff, it's like half and half. And there are ones that are directly north of a county, and they are doing different time zones. That makes no sense.
Yeah, Hockey, you're Indiana.
We should have a line.
Right?
As Indiana, yep.
Indiana's
Eastern time zone,
but not the whole state and not all the time.
It was the weirdest thing growing up, and they changed it when I was a kid. I grew up in a city where the state line separated Indiana and Ohio, right in the middle of my hometown. You could cross the street, and it was an hour earlier.
Yeah, crazy. I think there were parts of Indiana that never changed the clock.
Right.
So half the year, not all of Indiana, just part of Indiana, half the year they were on our time and half the year they were on East Coast time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all those things were so much more complicated when the iPhones didn't automatically switch. Right? Because then you'd have to look up what time zone I'm at. Now I just get off the plane and who cares?
And
my phone will tell me what time it is.
Well, I do know this. It is a 7:20 Central Time start next Sunday night.
8:20 Eastern
on NBC
and 8:20 Northern.
What time in Johannesburg, South Africa?
Look at that. That's what time?
In South Africa?
Oh, South Africa. That would be probably looking at.
I'm not asking for a guess.
Oh, okay. 3:20.
I want the actual time.
3:20 a.m.
Ben, when you come home though, think if you gain time.
I gain the hour. I know.
Like you'll take off. at, let's say it's an 8:20 game. Let's say you take off at midnight.
You were one off.
You'll be landing about midnight.
Yeah, no, I love that part of it there, Grimmer.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, we'll be here on Monday morning.
Oh, wait, there's parts of Johannesburg where I was right.
Ooh.
Okay, good.
How many hours?
It's 8. For 9 from us.
So the Vikings 14-2, Detroit probably 14-2.
Probably, we'll see. They play tonight.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, the crappy thing is from like a film analytical standpoint, I'd be really excited. What was that?
It was exactly what you think it was. Chris is on Eastern Standard Time.
That wasn't real.
Oh, yes, it was.
Oh, that was very analytical.
Oh, wow. I mean, you couldn't just spread the cheek out just a little further.
Or maybe hit the cough button.
I just looked up what time it was in Johannesburg, and he was right, and it shocked the ass out of me.
Party City.
So what I was going to say is it'd be really nice just to watch this game if it actually was a meaningful game and they were actually playing all the starters and like, oh, wow, I could just watch this game. I don't have to watch film of, they could just take this game off the list. But I don't think they're going to play.
No, but
they're not going to play a regular game.
You just nailed it. Think of this. When they put the schedule out, Niners hosting Lions, second to last week of the year. This was supposed to be epic.
Good point.
Yeah.
Supposed to be. The Lions were supposed to be kind of what they are, and the Niners, if they had stayed healthy, my guess is 6-9 would have probably inverted to something like 9-6 or 10-5. So this should be a gigantic game.
Should be.
And by the way, for those of you
stay healthy.
tuning in out there, I know, and you just heard me fart, you're thinking this is best of? We're live right now.
Yeah.
Man.
There are definitely some days that's the best we have to offer. But no, this is live on December 30th.
There is a cough button here that you hit that kills your bite.
But
we need to relabel that.
Is it?
Relabel that and have the fart button.
No, I understand, but that'd turn up my microphone because people love them.
People like the live.
They love it.
Yeah.
They love it. Yep.
I got trivia for Mike Grimm.
Oh, I love trivia.
I don't think we do this enough on this show with like quizzing Ben about his own career or Parrish about his own career. Grimmer, the Gophers play on Friday at the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte, North Carolina. Are you going?
I'm going to be going. They let me go.
That's Eastern
they
time,
won't
by the
let
way.
us fly on the team flight this time. But
okay, that's 6:30. 6:30 Central.
Well, the team leaves today. But
do they really?
I see.
The Gophers are 7.5-point favorites on DraftKings. PJ Fleck is 5-0 in bowl games with the Gophers. Name them in order. Not the teams they even played, unless you want to. But
okay, they beat Georgia Tech in 2018.
In the what?
In the Quick Lane Bowl.
1-for-1.
They beat Auburn in 2020. It was the 2019 season in the Outback Bowl.
2-for-2.
They beat. West Virginia in the some mortgage bowl, guarantee rate bowl.
Guaranteed rate bowl. 3-for-3. Yep.
Then they beat Syracuse in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl.
Pinstripe Bowl is 4-for-4.
Jesus.
And then they beat Bowling Green in the Quick Lane Bowl again.
Quick Lane, Outback, Guaranteed Rate, Pinstripe, and Quick Lane again. 5-for-5. Well done.
Balls.
And now it's the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Damn.
So you're saying Minnesota teams, recent history, are pretty good at Ford Field this time of year?
Yes.
I'm liking our chances on Sunday. Even though
the Gophers have won there 3 times.
Man, I've been confused for 2 weeks because I went to high school with a guy named Duke Smayo.
Come on.
I'm just kidding.
Duke's Mayo.
Was it just Duke Smayo?
Yeah, his name was Duke Smayo.
This is one of those Sinead O'Connor bits. I'm sure Meat Sauce thinks it is Duke Smayo. Right? D-U-K-E. Pause.
Where's my baby? Who's Duke Smayo?
Mr. Smayo must be famous in North Carolina.
Dr. Smayo, get in here.
Pull this damn baby out. His tax break.
So the baby's not going to be Duke. It's not going to be Duke Lambert?
I still don't know. Don't tell me. I don't know the name yet.
I do know.
I'm going to be surprised.
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm not in the same boat as Hawkeye.
It's just me and Zach, I think, yeah.
And I told him,
I don't know.
I'd rather
Oh, you don't
not.
know? Okay, good.
I want to just keep guessing.
Is it Duke Smayo?
See, that's the fun part. I don't know.
ruin it.
It could, in my world, see, Corey, you know it's not. But in my world, it could be Duke Smayo. In Hawk's world, it could be Smayo Duke.
In your world, there's an alternate universe where Sauce names his kid Duke Smayo Lambert. Your universe sucks.
Louis Armstrong made a song about it. What a wonderful world.
We should have made it like the Charts Challenge. Whoever loses, their baby has to be named whatever I want.
Duke Smayo.
Man, that would be. That would.
Oh, man. What would you have picked to name Sauce's baby?
Smegma.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Hey, this is best of.
Yeah, this isn't live.
God,
Zach, run this back tomorrow.
That's a great name for Sauce's kid. Best of Lambert.
You got the best of him.
The best.
Jeez.
That poor kid.
Smegma. God, what is wrong with you?
That poor Smegma.
I have cried twice in my life.
Just as long as it doesn't smell like it.
Oh, God, I didn't know what it was.
That made it worse.
You didn't know what it was?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
You just Google it or Urban Dictionary?
That's hot.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, it's a...
Okay. Everybody be cool.
Yucky.
See, again, I think this should be the unofficial New Year's resolution of the Power Trip Morning Show. It's been a theme for about a week that we're tired of not learning. Let's learn something new every day. Let's make sure the listeners learn at least one thing every day. Last week, we learned that there's no muscles in your actual fingers, right? That they're basically just arm puppets.
What a mess.
What else did we learn? They were like, God dang it, I already didn't retain the rest of it.
Hockey's telling us something.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, no, I know. That was the whole point of what really matters. But I mean, truly things that we can use in our daily.
But we don't
retain. I know, that's
damn
the key.
thing on this radio show.
I know.
What have we ever retained?
Nothing.
Yeah. Obviously, I can't
We can't
remember.
remember
I don't
anything that we
remember
retained.
It's too early.
You'll never forget what Smegma means now.
I will retain that.
There is no turning back.
I hope not. Too much of it. But
I know Grimmer's actually retained where all the bowl games have been the last 5 years.
and
That's
I do
worth
have that
something. I'm impressed.
useless knowledge.
I don't even think I could name the bowl games I played in.
Yeah, well, so, it is truly, you have to care about the thing that you're remembering, right? I've said that for, I can name, I think, almost all of the last.
No, don't say that.
Well,
Don't say that because if my wife's listening.
No, but here's the deal.
Can't remember her
This is
name.
exactly what my wife rips me about all the time. I can name, I think, almost all, if not all, of the main event World Series of Poker winners in the last 21
That's a
years.
stupid thing to remember.
100%, I agree, but I've cared about it so much. I've watched them all. I think I could probably name almost all 21. I don't remember anything about my daily activities. Like, again, if my wife was like, what'd you do yesterday at 2 o'clock? I'd be like, I don't remember where I was. I don't remember what I was doing. Do you remember when we did this? No. Hey, what was the name of that hotel we stayed at and so-and-so? I don't remember even going.
Same.
I don't know. But it's, I think that's the true level of genius is, I think like the James Holzhausers of the world, the guys that crush on Jeopardy, all of it's the same. It's, why can I remember the people that have won the World Series of Poker main event, but I can't name the first 30 elements on the periodic table, right? It should just stick in there the same, but you just immediately file it differently. You're like, nope, care about that, don't care about that, and that one just goes. I wish I had photographic memory. That would be sick. There's so many advantages.
You're
of doing
making
that.
me wish that I cared more about everything in my life.
Right. Zach, your hands up.
hold on, I gotta fact check this.
You want to
fact check what?
Yeah.
Duke Smayo?
Just the 4 bowl games that Ben played in. You don't remember any of them?
No, I think I do. It was
let's
actually
hear it.
5 bowl games.
Will you get the match game music, please?
Are we asking him for the teams and the name of the bowl?
And the results.
Yeah, I got 4. If it was 5, I don't have the 5th, but...
All right, go for it.
Well, my red shirt, you're probably not on there.
Yeah.
We played in the Fiesta Bowl against Syracuse.
Yep, don't have that one.
Okay, then skip that one.
And then we played against Drew Brees and Purdue at the Alamo Bowl.
Yes.
Win or lose?
We lost that one.
Do you remember the score?
It's a high-scoring game. Super high-scoring game. 50-something to 50-something? Or 40-something to 40?
Zachary?
There's no way that if you said it's high-scoring game, then ChatGPT is off here. Hold on. Alamo Bowl?
Alamo Bowl, this would be 1998.
It was 37-34 final in
there we
favor
go.
of Purdue. ChatGPT had it.
High-scoring-ish.
That was the game that you guys you would have played for the national title, right?
Yes,
And then
we got
lost.
beat by Sir Parker and the Texas A&M Aggies.
Sir Parker.
Whoa.
Because I remember the storyline
In overtime.
that was hard going from thinking you'd play in the national title. And the Alamo Bowl is a nice bowl, but it's not, that maybe that was part of it. I remember that.
You guys had a national championship shot?
Yeah.
Wow,
I think we were number one or number 2 in the country at the time.
Was Michael Bishop?
Did not know that.
Yeah, Bishop was in his second year with us. Second and last year. I think this is where it gets murky. I think the next year we played Washington in the Holiday Bowl.
Zachary?
Holiday Bowl, and it was Washington.
And I think it was Marcus Tuiasosopo was the quarterback. And then that was the ones those two I was confused on, like the timeline. And then we played the Cotton Bowl against Tennessee in Dallas, and then the Inside.com Bowl against Syracuse again.
Probably right. I don't trust anything ChatGPT says because they said that you defeated Purdue 34-5.
Wow.
No, that was
Which
Meat
was a
Sauce's
sausage
pregame
prediction.
prediction.
You could use Google.
Man, I have tried.
I'm trying. It's tough.
I have tried to use ChatGPT.
Dude,
It's not reliable at all.
It is awesome, but you do have to fact check it. It's still far from perfect. Again, I use it for initials all the time.
Not even close, though.
It can give you so many light bulbs. You're like, oh, I wonder if that's. But you have to fact check it. There's so many holes still. It's not even close.
You know what's actually a better function, at least for when I do my prep, is the I don't even know if I'm saying is it a Grok?
Oh, on Twitter?
On Twitter. The X function where you can just basically use the AI part of it. It's their Google function. Far better than just using ChatGPT.
I don't know if this is up to date, Zach. Maybe you do. But, I mean, ChatGPT a lot will even say if you're asking a question in the last year or two that it's not going to be up to date. I don't know why their program doesn't have it up to date, but for whatever reason, if you ask it like, hey, did the Vikings win 2 weeks ago? They'll have no idea, or it will have no idea. But if you asked them...
What a strange thing, though. Everybody's touting this Chat GPT and this AI stuff like it's going to revolutionize everything like right now, but like you can't ask it recent information.
Don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. Gosh dang it, my computer is just being very funky. Because, initially when they announced it stopped in 2021 is when the data... But I don't know if that's different now.
It seems flawed.
Oh, an update in September 2023 gave it to the ability to provide current information.
It doesn't do well.
I thought it sort of like lived on its own thing. Like it's constant. I thought it was like a constant in real time adding information.
Now it is, but it wasn't initially in its beta phase.
Well, and still, I actually like was looking some stuff up, getting ready for this Packers game, and it was like all sorts of wrong information, like stuff from last spring. I'm like, this isn't even accurate.
Yeah,
it said Sam Darnold was going to get bust.
Is that what it says?
No.
Did you guys hear yesterday with PA talking to Cashman at all in pregame?
No.
He said something that is obvious, and I don't know why it blew my mind so much, but it did. When, in 2009, when Brett Favre threw the interception, Blake Cashman was 9 years old.
I hate hearing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Something like that. And I was like, wow, that is really, really something. Because that seems like yesterday.
Cashman, we'll go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to tangent a little bit. Go ahead.
Cashman, at the time, was a Packers fan.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. But because he was such a Favre fan, he became kind of a Vikings fan for those couple of years Favre played here.
Remember, and the rest is history.
And the rest is history. Wow. But he was, I can't remember if I did the interview or somebody else, but I remember him talking about when he was young, all his friends were Vikings fans. And he's like, screw this.
Right.
I'll be a Packers fan then. Just to
be the contrarian.
Yeah.
Forget the 15-1 in 1998. Is it fair to say this is statistically the best quarterbacking season in Vikings history? What else do we have to compare this one to? I'd have to think about that, or ask ChatGPT.
Yeah,
ask ChatGPT if it's up to. I mean, is this the best or not?
What would be other contenders? Tarkenton would have to have had some season good, but
they didn't throw it as much.
They didn't throw it as much.
Right, so
I mean, he
doubt
was the
he
all-time leader at like 40,000 yards. He's like 40th on the list now, right, or something.
Yeah.
Weird.
But even Sam's, passer rating's 106 or so? Is that the highest in Vikings history for a season? I don't know. I'm asking questions that I probably could Google as well, but...
What was Cousins' best year? He I mean, statistically,
I
probably
asked
better.
ChatGPT, and it just said it was 1924.
2019, he had a passer rating of 107.4.
Oh, cool 108.
That was Cousins?
That was Cousins. Culpepper in 2004 had a passer rating of 110.9.
All right, that was the season he could have won MVP, but Peyton Manning put up like 50 touchdowns or something. So I think Dante finished second in MVP that year. That's a good point. Dante did have that monster year. We'd have to look it up, but that's probably the right answer. It's either Dante or this one.
It says if Darnold continues his current pace, this season may rival or even surpass Culpepper's 2004 campaign.
Commercial free the rest of the way after this. One final segment of the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan. You wake up, put on your Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Classic style, innovative tech. You're living all in. You realize you need coffee. Desperately. So you say,
Hey, Meta, how do I make a latte?
To make a latte, brew 2 shots of espresso.
after Meta AI gets you caffeinated, you start walking to work, and you need a soundtrack.
Hey, Meta, play hip-hop music.
With the built-in camera, you snap a pic of a dope mural on the side of a building that you think is worth sharing.
Hey, Meta, text my last photo to Eva.
Sending message.
After work, you head to meet some friends.
Hey, nice glasses.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the next generation of AI glasses. Just say, hey, Meta, to harness the power of Meta AI. Listen to music, make hands-free calls with open-ear audio and built-in microphones, and so much more. All while staying present to the world around you. Shop Ray-Ban Meta glasses at meta.com/smartglasses.
Welcome back. Final segment, Power Trip. We are live. Sorry, go ahead, buddy. What?
Just telling people, Hawk, they should not miss out on the Power Trip Morning Show when we take over Treasure Island February 6th and 7th. Tons of games, laughs, great prizes, including Vegas trips to watch the big game. Book your stay using promo code KFAN for both the 6th and the 7th to save 15%. Full details and book your stay today at KFAN.com keyword calendar.
Hey, on-air production meeting.
Yeah.
We were just talking a little bit about initials off the air. And obviously, Feb 6 and 7, right? You just mentioned. We'll do the bit on the night of the 6th on Thursday. We'll do a live game of initials where whoever wins on stage, whichever Rube wins on stage, gets a trip to Vegas to go watch the, quote, big game in Vegas, right? It's going to be sweet. That weekend, you leave immediately. Then we draw again Friday morning, and somebody else randomly just wins a trip to Vegas the next day. You're leaving almost immediately, which is super cool.
Yeah.
You know, we had Creasel come out to play the major in Detroit Lakes last year. We got to pick somebody, right? The whole idea is let's get like Lieber or Carly or something. Like, let's get somebody else, or Grimmer. Let's get somebody down to TI.
He almost won the championship.
On Feb 7 to play against a Rube, and we need somebody. So we got to figure out who we want to do. Who are we bringing down to Treasure Island this year?
Do we want to do?
Who do you want to do?
Yeah, who do we want to do at TI?
Hell yeah.
For 2 nights.
I mean, we got to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's only a little over a month away. I mean, Creasel had a couple shots last year. We can move on from Crease. Got to give somebody else a crack. Feb 7.
I like that. We've talked Tommy in the past. He'd be a good time.
And Tommy showed he's got a little something this year. With initials.
With initials? He ran into the buzzsaw, though.
He sure did.
He sure did. Yeah, he keeps showing people his little something.
You know, AJ won the initials tournament this year, but it was so like anticlimactic because the two of you were so devastated that you blew it because you both had him on the ropes.
Crushing.
And either one of you could have sniped him.
I heard it for the first time, and I was putting best of together. First time I ever went back to the game.
Did you cry?
It sucked.
Tear up a little bit?
Still stings.
You stormed out of the studio.
It was a tenth of a second away, man.
I was less mad about it because I did not have banana peel. Which was the answer.
I wish I was you. I wish I was you.
So I was like, I didn't have it. Well, how am I going to be mad? But think about that finals. A 3-man finals went to a playoff.
I know, it was awesome.
All 3 guys.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and he got you.
And he got us. That son of a gun.
Ben, if you want to come down to Treasure Island, all you got to do is say so.
Yeah, when is it again?
Feb 7.
No.
Well, what are we going to do? I mean, we got to actually, on our production meeting time, we got to seriously consider the possibility.
I know.
Vikings
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
That would
Changes
change everything.
Yeah, like
Because you guys would
lives.
be doing a show in New Orleans.
That
You'd have
would,
to.
Well,
Yeah, we'd have to reschedule.
You'd
everything.
have to.
that'd be a huge problem.
That is correct.
A very great problem.
Oh, great problem.
great
But that
problem.
would be a huge problem.
But
Yeah.
it would
Big
be.
set of problems.
Believe me, I've already thought about it in my own head. I'm like fantasizing about if we had
Really?
yes, oh yeah.
Okay.
If we made it, it's like, oh man. Like Hawk, would we just go with the team that whole week?
We sure, just like we went to Cleveland. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
The whole week down
I
there?
think
show should be there.
I think exactly. I think all of us know this. Look, we haven't been to a Super Bowl in 50 years, right? In my lifetime, they haven't been there. It might be another 50 years. You have to go all in, right?
Said, anybody's part of the broadcast. So
Sure.
post game, pre game,
100%.
halftime, all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
my
Ron
liners.
Johnson's going.
My liners
Roto's
run
going.
sometimes during the game, so I think I'd have to do live liners. No, but I mean the power trip. Wouldn't the power trip go to New Orleans
We
for a
certainly
week?
would. Every
I think
morning.
you almost have to.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it
Absolutely.
be all 4 shows go to
The
New
whole
Orleans?
week.
I don't
whole
think
week.
all 4 shows. Barrero's not going.
I even told my wife, like, this is how far that my stupid brain has gone. Because I can, I'm no longer a player. I can think about this stuff. So my little Wells has his big out of town tournament that weekend for hockey in Grand Rapids. And I said to my wife, I'm like, if the Vikings make the Super Bowl, because they play on Super Bowl Sunday, like they have games scheduled, it's bracketed, so I don't know exactly what time they play. And I'm like, there's no chance that he's playing a game during the Super Bowl. So I don't care if they're in the championship game. You bring him home.
Yeah.
He needs to be home, like at a Super Bowl
who
party.
Are these insane people that scheduled anything for Super Bowl Sunday, whether the Vikings are involved or not.
Oh, no. These hockey people, they don't care. They put a hockey tournament on Christmas Day. They don't care.
But that's a great
Get to
question.
skip school.
That's a great question that what we've never had to deal with here in this state is what happens in other states when that's been a case. What happens with youth sports? Do you...
Oh, you cancel. You have to
cancel,
cancel,
right?
Shut it down.
Like, and I think our coaches who are big time Vikings fans, I think they'd just be like, no, our whole team's taking the bus back at 1:00, and we're going to make sure that everybody's back in the Twin Cities to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it might be truly a once in a lifetime opportunity.
For sure.
Correct.
Again, I think the people in the 70s were like, well, no, it's not every 50 years. The hell it isn't.
Yeah.
We've seen it 0 times since 1970.
Yeah.
What is it? 7? When was the last year we made it there?
77.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think
Come on.
if you had any part of your brain that was working functionally, you would cancel everything on Super Bowl Sunday in the state of Minnesota. So everybody has a chance to watch the game and take part in the festivities.
Is there 2 weeks between the champ? So you'd have a chance to cancel.
Oh,
and
yeah.
make new
Oh, there's
plans,
2
right?
weeks. That's right.
Yes. Isn't there?
No, there's
been 2 lately.
No, it's 2 weeks between the championship and the game.
Yeah.
So you'd have...
One weekend, though.
One weekend.
Yeah, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
got it.
Media Week starts, or the Radio Row and all that stuff
You have
starts
to be
on
there for
Monday.
Radio Row.
Right?
Talk to the guy from Subway and stuff.
Yeah, I met Jared Fogle once with Justin Gard.
Do you
down
guys
at-
still text?
He hasn't responded in years.
He only does outgoing calls.
I got to go, guys. I mean,
Oh, that's right. You're doing TV today?
my other job actually starts back up again today. So
Ben, are they going to beat the Lions or not?
yes.
Okay, good. We'll talk to you on Thursday, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see on
won't-
Thursday.
Yeah, we'll break it down on Thursday.
Happy New Year's, you slut.
Happy New Year, you little slutty slut. Love
Ben,
you.
should I go to South Dakota just on a whim for New Year's?
Yeah, why not?
All right, good. Thanks.
Where in South Dakota?
Don't ask.
Yes, do it.
Bye.
Hawk.
Okay, good.
Not that you need my permission.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
You know how ridiculous I am? How stupid I am?
Yeah, we all do.
We all know.
We talk about it in the bathroom.
This is how stupid I am. I had the power hour up.
Yeah.
And, we have a commercial break screen, that we go to use. Yeah. I was watching the commercial break screen up until about a minute ago. And
you were looking at it yourself.
I was looking at it. I was like, oh, this is nice. Oh, I got to update that because we don't have Fantasy Football Weekly anymore. Oh, my God, we've been back from break for 15 minutes.
Oh, well. You can tell, too, the outrage was incredible. People are just screaming.
I'm sure. Well, there's 42, and it's all, they're all.
Oh, wow, we have 42 people watching?
42 comments. We have about 1,000 people watching.
Listen to this. The Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the Texans, even though they got beat, they scored 2 points the other day.
Two?
The Steelers and the Chargers have all made the playoffs in the AFC. The Broncos right now are the 7th seed.
They deserve to not make it after how poorly Sean Payton handled everything on Saturday night.
That quarterback is the real deal. They're not locked in.
Yeah, they could be out.
Yeah, they are not locked in.
They could have locked it in if they would have beat the Bengals, and the Bengals now are still alive because they've won, I think, 4 straight. They were 4-8. And now they're
on
in
like
it still.
This historic 8-game run or something.
He's killing it. Yeah. He's one of the top 5 or 6 quarterbacks statistically in the league, but they got off to such a terrible start that everybody kind of forgot about him.
Yeah. The problem for the Broncos is they play the Chiefs. The good thing for the Broncos is that the Chiefs probably won't play anybody.
They'll rest everybody.
Still in the hunt in the AFC are, by the way, the Miami Dolphins are 8-8 and the Cincinnati Bengals are 8-8. So there's still one position up for grabs when it comes to the AFC.
And I think the Colts were in that conversation, but then they lost to the Giants, which makes no sense. Because the Giants, somebody on SportsCenter put it brilliantly, and I think this is always what like Sauce and I always say about tanking. Like once you know you're out, it makes no sense to win. And the way they worded it, I forget who it was something like, you just gave up 3 hours of enjoyment for 4 or 5 years of prosperity, right? Yeah. Like 3 hours of beating a Colts team with Joe Flacco. You snapped a 10-game losing streak, right? The Giants. And now you cost yourself the number 1 pick.
Unbelievable.
Were they going to be number 1?
They had a 61% chance to hold on to number 1, and now I think it's something like 1.8%.
I know, man.
So, wow. I hope you really liked Malik Neighbors' 2 touchdowns and his 171 yards. I hope that was fun.
I think we're at the point we're never going to see teams tank. It's just not
right.
It's not realistic. There's too many players playing for
coaches,
bonuses,
players,
coaches trying. Yeah, it's just it's nice to think about, but it'll never happen.
But again, it's the casual tank, right? It's you send out the players that you know aren't good enough, and you say, you guys try your hardest. So it's not. No one on the field is not trying. It's just you send out the B team and say, go at it, kids. Go nuts.
In the NFC, as we sit here right now, the Vikes are the number 1 seed.
Yes, they are.
But the Lions play tonight, and then of course, everything's on the line, 7:20 on this radio station next Sunday. But the Vikes are in, the Eagles are in, the Rams are in, 10-6, by the way. Dangerous team when it comes to LA.
Yep.
The Lions obviously are in. Commanders are in. The Packers are in. The one that's still up for grabs, the Buccaneers, right now, currently, they're the 4th seed. Odds to make the playoffs for them, 87.8%. The Bucs will lock up the NFC South with a win against the Saints this week or a Falcons loss to the Panthers. So they play the Saints this week. It's still up for grabs. It could either be the Bucs or the Falcons. I'm going to guess it's the Bucs, but you just never know. So that's what's happening in the NFL playoffs. It all comes down to this.
And I know how it works, but just the idea of a 14-win team going on the road to a 9 or 10-win team, maybe potentially still 9.
Yeah,
it's just, I know how it works, but
and it's an anomaly. But flip it, right? Is it if you're like, man, that seems really unfair that the Lions or Vikings are going to have to go on the road? Think if you are Tampa and you won the division, right? Let's say they end up winning the NFC South, and you win the division, and your reward for winning the division is a 14-win team.
Right.
You're like, what? We have to play them in round 1?
True.
Yeah, because they deserved it as well. So, I mean, it sucks either way. I think Ben said it last week, and he's right. You can't change the whole structure just because this happens once every 12 years or something.
Seattle,
this is an anomaly.
Host a really good Drew Brees team and then upset them or something, right? Years ago, Seattle was like 8-8 or 7-9.
I think 7-9,
and somehow won a really crappy West. And then did they beat Drew Brees? I think they beat Drew Brees.
Ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, they'll know. He'll know. She'll know.
It doesn't know.
It does. It knows everything.
They beat him 34-5.
Saquon Barkley, 2,005 yards. And kind of cool, I don't know if you watched that game, but that game was a blowout.
We were watching most of it, yeah.
But you could tell that they wanted Saquon to get 2,000 in 16 games. Because if you get it next week, it's like, well, cute, but you had 17 games to do it.
Yeah.
Kind of cool that he got it done in 16 games, because now you can't say asterisk, right? He did it in 16 like the other ones did. Yes, Zachary, your hand's up.
41-36 final. Seahawks beat the 11-5 Saints. That was the Beastquake game.
Beastquake.
The old Beastquake.
Yeah, that's when it literally measured seismic activity because the stadium went so crazy.
Nuts. That is a loud stadium.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool, man. I don't know. It all comes down to this. Who would have guessed? Super excited.
Fun.
Thank goodness. Because we were talking about, too, like the possibility of this game not meaning anything. And just the way things fell. But then we also talk about Detroit, how they're looking at this. We have a chance to win the NFC for the first time in a quarter decade. They have a chance to win it for the first time in, ever?
Hey, one of the craziest stats of Grimmer, you like stats. You seem like a stats guy. One of the craziest stats of all time, now that Saquon Barkley is the 9th guy to run for 2,000 yards or more in an NFL season. Now that there's 9, it's now an 11.1% chance that if you run for 2,000 yards, you're also a double murderer. Isn't that crazy?
Well,
11.1%.
Yes,
McDonald. Can he break the all-time record? How far is he from Dickerson?
I think
is it Dickerson that still has it?
Isn't Dickerson 21-05?
So yeah, he could.
There's odds on that. He's favored.
I mean, he'd only need 100 and something.
100, but again, it just sucks that Dickerson did it in fewer games.
But is it fewer carries? I don't think it is. Right? I think the total carries are pretty close, but I don't know.
Zach, are you Googling it, or are you looking up?
I'm talking to chat guy.
I'm looking up so his odds to break at 2106 plus yards, minus 230 right now in DraftKings.
Minus 230. All right, heavy favorite. You mentioned New Year's Eve and potentially going to South Dakota. At what point in all of our lives, Zach, you're still young, did New Year's Eve stop being a thing? Like where you stopped caring?
Probably 7 years ago, honestly.
Even for you too? You're still in the New Year's
on the edge, but for me, yeah, I mean, it was fine. It just actually, you know what happened? You know what killed it? COVID.
Oh no, it killed everything.
Because then it was like, I don't think it
killed anything. I think it was kids. Once you have kids, New Year's Eve is a nightmare.
Let me tell you something. The reason I am so desperate, and this is what I do to myself. This is why I'm so dumb, Mike Grimm.
Yeah.
For the first time in literally years, I don't have a gig on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
And I'm so desperate not to waste the free night that I'm trying to book something. You know what I mean?
Because you don't want to just sit there.
I don't want to just waste a night, a New Year's Eve. Because every New Year's Eve, I'm like, I'm glad I'm playing a gig, but I wish I could just go have fun.
I think your guy, Brett Michaels, is playing in Minnesota.
He is at some casino somewhere, but I can't remember which one.
Whatever is in Morton.
Which one's in Morton, Zacho?
Junction, Jackpot Junction.
Yeah.
No kidding.
But I have an idea for you, Hawk.
What's that, Sweet Pea?
You know what's better than one New Year's Eve? 2 New Year's Eves. You can go to South Dakota, celebrate in the Central Time Zone, get in a car, go to the mountain, and celebrate again. Yeah. Actually, maybe not get in the car.
That's your worst idea of all time.
Maybe no matter where I go for this, I'll be asleep by midnight. We all know that.
You're planning a trip to South Dakota. You have something in mind?
I love Deadwood.
Okay.
I haven't been there in a long time. I haven't had time to go. So I was just thinking about today, like after the show here, getting in my car and driving to Deadwood.
Go.
Right, why wouldn't I? I don't have to get back to work till Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
So then New Year's Day, though, you would have a, 12-hour drive back?
Yeah, it's 9
Oh, 9. Yeah, okay, that's not as bad as I thought.
Not bad at all. Depending on how the weather is. And
do they fly into there? Can't you just...
Sure.
Get a burrito.
Fly in and rent a car.
Just from anywhere, Zacho? Because I could do that here.
Well, sweeto.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. And you're right, I could fly. That's true.
I'd knock a little time off.
I'd like to drive. I might even drive south. You know? Go down where the sunshine is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or I'd probably go home, go to bed.
Fly south. Let's see what's flights. What are flights?
There are plane things you get in and you take off.
Yeah.
Grimmer, when was the last? How old are you?
54.
When was the last time you just did lines of cocaine on New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve. I thought you just meant in general.
Yeah.
It is an absolute mess.
I got to think about
pre-kids, though, right? That's my whole point. Pre-kids.
Yeah. Probably pre-kids.
Yeah.
Man, they ruin everything.
Back in the day, man. Remember all the lines of coke?
My kiddo broke her foot on Christmas Day. Small fracture.
Just this Christmas.
On Christmas Day?
Rolled her ankle. Rolled her ankle. We thought she may be sprained. Well, when you're 10, she rolled her ankle, and we thought she was milking it, right? Because she's 10.
Yeah.
And then it swelled up. We're like, it looks pretty bad. It looks like you rolled it. And it got worse and worse. And then, the side of her foot was starting to turn black. And I'm like, you're gangrenous. And then, 2 days ago, I brought her in, fractured. Yeah. Boot for 4 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. No gymnastics for 8 weeks.
Oh, man.
Total buzzkill.
What was she
How old
doing?
is she?
10.
10, yeah.
Yeah. She turns 11 the day that we are at TI in Feb 6. And just like Ben Lieber, she also doesn't want to be there. Because she wants to probably have some Barbie parties.
They have a water park.
I know. She actually loves TI.
Bowling alley.
She loves TI. She called it an adult arcade last year when we went there.
Maybe she could play initials.
And they have a pretty sick arcade, by the way.
I know. She also went to that. We went bowling and then we did the old arcade. She loves it.
Sick Arcade is actually playing in the Treasure Island
That's right.
casino tonight.
Parlay.
I'll parlay to you.
It's pirate code.
Can you tell we're out of things to talk about now?
Oh, we got 60 seconds.
Yeah, no.
We made it. We made it.
We did the only radio show in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you see Carry On, Hawk?
Yeah, he did. The Jason Bateman movie.
I can't remember what you said about it.
I loved it.
Okay.
I kid you not. I had trouble sleeping afterwards.
Just came out, yeah.
I had trouble going to sleep afterwards because I was so keyed up. I was sweating watching that show. It's a really good. Mm-hmm. I thought that, and Red One is a damn fine movie, by the way.
Red One?
Yeah, did anybody else see it?
I saw Carry On. I haven't seen Red One.
Did you like Carry On?
Red One did not get good reviews, Mike Grimm. You may not be very up to date with it. It stars a guy named Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Now, who's this?
Oh, yeah. Where's
He's
that
a voice in Moana.
Moana. Moana, recently released.
Ask Daryl for his Red One.
Okay.
My God.
I'll do that.
Jesus.
If you've seen Red One.
The best thing I've watched in weeks is Black Doves on Netflix. I haven't found a good show in a long time.
Watch Carry On and let me know what you think.
Why?
You didn't like his Echo?
I don't know. Maybe I gotta get over myself.
See, Bateman's good in everything, right?
I trust you more than I trust myself.
You didn't care for it?
I was yelling at the TV.
You hated Squid Game, according to Twitter.
I hated the fact that they called it season 2, and it's the first half of season 2, and it doesn't wrap up a damn. I mean, so much dialogue. Pissed. We'll talk more about it noon to 3 with Max.
Oh, what a tease!
Wow. Is anybody else working today?
No.
I don't think so. Appreciate you listening to this trash in 2024. We're back on Thursday in 2025. We'll give you a sauce baby update at that point, but my guess is he'll tweet it as well. 9 to noon is next. The Vikes are 14-2. I'm sure they'll talk about it. Grimmer, thanks for your time, man. Thanks to Ben Lieber.
Thanks.
See you on Thursday. Happy New Year's, everybody.
You wake up, put on your Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You're living all in. You realize you need coffee. So you say,
Hey, Meta, how do I make a latte?
Brew 2 shots of espresso.
after Meta AI gets you caffeinated, you're ready for some beats.
Hey, Meta, play hip-hop music.
You head to meet some friends, but can't remember the place.
Hey, Meta, call Eva.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, the next generation of AI glasses. Just say, hey, Meta, to harness the power of Meta AI. Shop now at meta.com/smartglasses.
Make someone's season unforgettable with the Vizio 40-inch FHD Smart TV. Now just $148 at Walmart. Movie night just got better with stunning full HD clarity. Plus, enjoy WatchFree Plus right out of the box with over 300 channels of live and on-demand entertainment, all for free. And when you're in the mood for music, just fire up the iHeartRadio app. Whether it's a gift for someone special or a treat for yourself, this TV makes upgrading a breeze. Don't wait. Head to Walmart and grab the Vizio 40-inch FHD Smart TV for just $148 today.
Can't be home for the game?
Caught for the touchdown!
NFL Plus has you covered with live, local, and primetime games on the go.
What a game he's had.
On your mobile device, you can access live, local Sunday afternoon games and all the primetime action from Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, and Monday Night Football.
Tonight was definitely their night.
Sign up for NFL Plus today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Terms and conditions apply.